All right. Haircut jump scare. Here's my shirt. Junji Ito, R.I.P. Uzumaki. First episode looked great. Second episode, janky as hell. Closing my drawers. I got my phone set up on my oh shit, what do you even call that? With the drawers. Not a nightstand. Not a wardrobe. Shit. Whatever. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna try and make this quicker. Every episode has gotten longer and longer. Not vibing with that. This is just supposed to be a quick recap of my week. Plus, I just got done with a shower, obviously, but I just got back from my dealership with like my car, oil change, like so what was the thing? It was like there was like battery acid. She said there was something it could mess up my starter, so I had to get that. I don't know. It's a lot of shit done. Took like an hour and a half. It's like $300. But I was instructed by my mother to take care of this car so that it can last me forever. So I don't really care. All right, Thor movie. I watched that last week. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. I was really like after Iron Man 2, I was really worried about like First Avenger and Thor because I was like, oh, it's gonna be a slog. But Thor was actually really cool. I liked it a lot. Great start. It didn't end super. It didn't end as well as it started, if I can say that. Like the beginning scene, I thought it was great with him coming in, like showboating. I loved the helmet. Two things. I wish the helmet. I got a text. Okay, it's just my mom sending me a meme from Facebook. Awesome. What was I saying? Right. First thing, I wish the helmet was a mainstay in the movies. I didn't like how shiny it was. I feel like if it was that like reflective is what I'm trying to say. I didn't like how reflective it looked. If it was a little more stone looking and a little less like stainless steel, I think it would have looked a lot better. Plus, just with a beefier actor, like not beefier, but like, whoa, don't fall, wider. You know, like Chris Hemsworth is really tall, and yeah, he got really like muscly, but he's still like kind of skinny a little bit, you know? He looks great, don't get me wrong. But like Thor in the comics is like thick, you know? And so I feel like if they got a like wider bodied actor, the helmet wouldn't have looked as goofy. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, which even Kevin Feige has talked about, I wish that his eyebrows were not blonde. He looks so uncanny, and it's not a good thing. But yeah, and I also really liked in the beginning the like parallels between Thor and Natalie Portman. What was her character name? Jane Foster. Like how Thor had Loki whispering in his ear, the whole like beginning, and then with Jane you had Eric Selvig. I think that's right. Whispering in her ear a little bit, and I kind of like that parallel, but then that kind of got dropped as the movie went on. So, anything else? The Destroyer was really cool. Loki's plan was a little convoluted. I think it worked, but it was maybe a little too complicated. He's like, I'm gonna betray my father for the Frost Giants, but I'm gonna betray the Frost Giants for my father, but I'm still betraying my father and I'm betraying the Frost Giants. It was just a little much, I think. It worked, don't get me wrong, but it's like on the verge of not working, if that makes sense. I really liked Loki's death at the end, and it was a death. Loki died at the end of this movie, and I think that it's very cool. In Infinity War, when Thanos snaps Loki's neck, he says no resurrections this time. Plus, in the Avengers, Loki looks just wet. He looks bad. So it's very obvious that he died at the end of Thor, and he was resurrected by Thanos. somehow. Didn't have any Infinity Stones yet, so I don't know how. That's enough. Why can't they be gems in the movies, huh? In the comics, they're the Infinity Gems. Is my toilet going off again? Granted, I did just get out of the shower, so that could be a thing, but whatever. Um, yeah, I don't know why they couldn't just be called the Gems. Stone. I guess Stone is more because that's with the movies they tried to they dumbed down a lot of the like fantastical elements in order to appeal to a wider audience, you know, so that way an audience isn't going in and be like a gym. Whatever. Overall, I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was good. Like up until maybe even halfway through the movie, I was thinking I was gonna give it 3.5, but just the third act, and it wasn't bad. It just didn't. It didn't continue to be great. You know, it didn't go bad. It didn't bring it down. It just didn't live up to the beginning, if that makes sense. So yeah, 3 stars. Thought it was cool. Villains United. That's a comic book that I just read recently. I think I want to start because with all the comics that I've read, I try to avoid events. You know, 'cause I don't really like events that much. They like even when I'm reading like a run, like let's say Teen Titans, like I'm really into it and it's a really cool story, and then oh we gotta stop for like 2 or 3 issues because there's an event happening that we have to tie into, and then especially with Infinite Crisis, I feel like it fucked shit up. Like with Justice League and Justice Society, it was fine because and even the Flash, Superman and Wonder Woman even like they were all fine because their comics like ended and then a new comic started basically. But with like Teen Titans and like Robin, I think was actually pretty cool too. Though that whatever, I'll just stick with Teen Titans. It fucked shit up, and I didn't like it because it was a really cool team of like Cyborg, Beast Boy, Raven. Wasn't loving that they were on the team because they're all like in their early to mid 20s with a bunch of actual teenagers. And then you have like, you know, Robin, Tim Drake, you have Speedy, Mia Dearden, you know, Superboy, the second Wonder Girl, the second Kid Flash. It was all like, it was a really cool team and I liked it, especially Speedy being on the team. And they hinted at Aqua Girl Lorena Marquez being on the team because in the previous storyline, Titans Tomorrow or something like that, their future counterparts came back, and Aquawoman Lorena Marquez was on the future Titans team. So that was like, and Lorena did eventually join. Like okay, the stuff I'm talking about, 2005. Lorena did eventually join. Fucking 2010, 2009, 2010, something like that. It wasn't until after Final Crisis happened. Nuts. Fucking nuts, dude. But yeah, and so what happened with Villains United, it was like Villains United, the OMAC Project, and Day of Vengeance. Those were all lead ups to an event from December of 05 to April or May, I think it was April of 06, called Infinite Crisis. So Infinite Crisis is a like continuation follow-up to the 1985 to 86 Crisis on Infinite Earths, where they combined like every single multiverse ever all into one Earth called a New Earth. And then that was the continuity from 86 until 94, whenever, you know, 0 Hour happened and they kind of rewrote a lot of shit, but that's fun. Yeah, so Infinite Crisis, it was like, oh, it's one Earth. So Infinite Crisis created the multiverse again, where instead of it being one Earth, it went to 52 Earths. Not infinite, but 52, which I think was cool. And then they put out like a thing, because the reason they did Crisis on Infinite Earths back in the 80s anyway was because DC, unlike Marvel, that just made its own characters, DC would buy other companies and then take their characters and put it into DC, you know? So like with Captain Marvel, Shazam, I guess, like he was a Fawcett character, like Blue Beetle, Peacemaker, The Question, all the inspirations for the Watchmen comic, they were all Charlton comics. Who else? I can't think of any more, so I think I'll end it there. But yeah, so then they bought all those characters, and they all had their own comics going on. So they were like, okay, well, let's just do Crisis on Infinite Earths. Say that these other companies are other Earths, and then we'll just combine it into one Earth. So that's what they did. So Crisis on Infinite Earths was dealing with the multiverse, and then Zero Hour was dealing with the timeline instead of the multiverse, because that's where it's like, okay, we have all these characters from all different generations. How did they come about? You know, because like back when Batman became Batman, there was no Blue Beetle, even though Blue Beetle comics were coming out at that time. So the 0 Hour just kind of cemented a timeline, basically. And then that was in 94, like I said. And then in 05 to 06, then we had Infinite Crisis, where it was like Superboy Prime, who is from our world, actually. He's an actual kid named Clark Kent that like gets the powers of Superman, and he goes crazy. And he goes into the comic book world, you know, New Earth is what it was called. And it's like him, and then you have Alexander Luthor from Earth 3, which is like the flipped Earth, where you have, instead of the Justice League, it's the Crime Syndicate. And then Joker is the Jester, and he's a superhero. So but yeah, and the Superboy Prime was like wrecking shit and broke the source wall. I lisp. And that's how Red Hood came back too, was Infinite Crisis. It was, you know, Superboy Prime punching that shit, and that created a ripple effect of reality altering shit, and that is what brought Jason Todd back from the dead, you know. Yeah, so after Infinite Crisis happened, first of all, Superboy died. Not Superboy Prime, but our Superboy. That sucked, first of all. It was kind of cool for Robin because he went from red and green to red and black, which is Superboy's color scheme, to honor him. And it is the superior costume, to be honest. But then Wonder Girl also did shit like that, but it didn't work for her because Superboy at the time was in just like a black Superman shirt with a red logo and blue jeans. That was it. You know, he didn't have a costume. He just had a shirt and jeans. And so Wonder Girl actually had a suit, and I actually really liked it. But then after, you know, Superboy died, Robin honored him by just changing up his colors. And then Wonder Girl was like, yeah, I'm going to honor him by not having a suit anymore. And then she just had a Wonder Woman shirt on and blue jeans. And I was like, this sucks. Like, man, she didn't even have bracers anymore. If I'm remembering correctly, she might still have had bracers, but I can't remember right now. I should have, because I wasn't expecting to talk about. It's 13 minutes. I keep talking about Infinite Crisis. Whatever. Villains United. So Villains United, the OMAC project, Day of Vengeance, they were all lead-ups to Infinite Crisis. Villains United is, oh my god, I have to give more backstory. Identity Crisis, 2004, right before Infinite. We find out Dr. Light, yes, the Teen Titans villain, Dr. Light is a rapist. He raped Elongated Man's wife, Sue Dibney. And the Justice League come up to the Watchtower, beat the shit out of him, and Superman's not there, Wonder Woman's not there. It's like Hawkman, Flash, Barry Allen, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Green Arrow, the Atom, Zatanna. It's like them, I think. And then Batman. But then Batman leaves after they beat him up. So Dr. Light is talking shit like, yeah, I'll do it again. I'll rape whoever. A text. Okay, yeah, we're making plans for the weekend. We're gonna see a movie. Ooh, he's a little late. That guy that just texted the group chat. We already bought tickets. And he just said, I'm down for that. We'll see what happens. Okay. But yeah, so, I didn't mean to bump you. But yeah, so Zatanna, Magic, she plans, they're just gonna wipe his memories. But then when he's doing that shit, Batman comes back. And Batman's like, what the fuck you doing? You know, let's like just throw him in jail. You're like altering his mind. That's lobotomy. So Batman fights the Justice League. And the Justice League beat him, obviously, and they mind wipe him too. They lobotomize him. So that's Identity Crisis. It's just the like Dr. Light remembers basically, and then all the villains are like, fuck the heroes, they're gonna fucking perform surgery on us and take all our memories. That is what Villains United is they band together because they're like, we need to create a society, that way they can't do this to us, you know? And it's actually not about the Villains United, it's about a group called the Secret Six. God, there's so many S sounds. The Secret Six. And they're pretty cool, you know? It's like Deadshot, Scandal Savage, who's like the daughter of Vandal Savage. I don't know if you know who that is. Catman, who is like the lion version of Batman. Ragdoll, who actually was on the Flash TV show, and just a parademon from, you know, the Apocalypse. And who was the last one? I don't remember. I need to hurry this up, so who cares? And it's just them trying to deal with the society, which was like Lex Luthor, not really Lex Luthor, it's Alexander Luthor. It's like Lex Luthor, Black Adam, the Calculator, Dr. Psycho. So it was pretty cool. I'm probably going to read the Secret Six Limited that came out after Infinite Crisis. So yeah, I'll get into that. Assassin's Creed Origins came out in 2017. I'm loving it. I have revisited it. I'm back at it after a long hiatus, years. But yeah, I've reignited my love for the game. Loved it in high school whenever it first came out, and I'm loving it still. Honestly, after this one, I'll probably get Odyssey. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm like maybe halfway done with the game, so maybe not even that. So that's too soon to say. The last thing, I'm at 17. Let's go. This might be a quick one. Okay. Legend of Vox Machina, based on the Critical Role Campaign 1 D&D game that they live streamed from 2015 to 2017, called Vox Machina, obviously. And it's really fucking cool. Season 3 has started airing on Prime Video. I'm really digging it, you know. What else can I even say? Because I'm only 3 episodes in, and I watched those 3 episodes last week, because they drop on Thursday, and today is Thursday. Like, whenever I'm done recording this, I'm going to go watch the next 3 episodes. But, yeah, because Critical Role, they live stream on Thursdays, so that's why the episodes drop on Thursday. It's pretty cool. They don't even live stream anymore, you know, to be honest. But, yeah, so this season, like, they're going into hell because they're trying to fight these dragons. It's going to be really cool. Season 4 has not been confirmed yet, so I'm a little worried. But Season 1 of Campaign 2, which is called The Mighty Nine, that has started. It is in development. They have already recorded their lines, or they are in the process of it currently. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to be excited for that. I actually prefer The Mighty Nine over Vox Machina, because that's the campaign I got introduced to. Everybody, their favorite is really just the first thing they got introduced to, or the thing they got into as a kid, you know? Because then, like, something that's new is always exciting. And so, you know, that's why, like, when you're a kid, everything is new. But when you're an adult, it's like, oh, it's a new Superman movie? I've seen Superman movies before. Oh, it's a new Batman movie? I've seen Batman movies before. So that's why typically it's like, who's your favorite blank? It's the one from whenever they were a kid, you know? That was just a little something. What else? I saw Talk to Me last night. My buddy came over, we watched it. Really fucking cool. Holy shit, if you haven't seen Talk to Me, check it the fuck out. It's an Australian movie. They're talking like this the whole movie. That was so bad. It's really fun. I thought it was fucking excellent. The ending scene, spoilers, fuck you. The ending scene, she dies. I love a movie where the main character dies, and I've seen 3 of those recently. The Substance, Smile, and now this. Love it. And all female leads too. And they fucking die, as women should. But But yeah, Talk to Me was really fucking dope. I don't want to say too much because I don't want this to be that long. It's really cool. Check it out, or at least just see the trailer. Man, I feel like I gave Talk to Me 4 stars. I have a couple unanswered questions. I feel like they could have. It was like an hour and a half, super quick. So I feel like they could have added maybe just like 5 minutes to at least drop a couple more hints about her mom, because I'll say mom because her mom's dead, the whole movie, and we see, let me not do that on C, we see her, there we go. So I think it has to be like the beginning of the movie, not beginning, but the first possession that Mia has is this like bloated, fat, like wet lady that I'm guessing drowned because she's all big, and like, that's when people drown, they kind of blow up from the water osmosis. So I'm guessing it was her pretending to be her mom the whole time. How? Why? Because the movie is about this Mia's friend, Jade, her little brother, Riley. An old man ghost wants Riley. And the first possession where Mia sees the wet lady and is like, I let you in. And the wet lady possesses her and then looks at Riley and is like, he wants you. Run, 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 run. So fucking cool. And like, oh my God. And it can only be 90 seconds. And then you have to like rip, it's like a hand they are holding onto, and you have to rip the hand out of their hand. They try and, she's like, run, run, run. And they're like, get the hand off her. And they try and take it off. And she's like, run, run. And she's like holding it. That was so cool. That was such a cool scene, dude. Really great to kick off the movie. But yeah, so why? Just like ghost solidarity? Like why are you helping this old man get the little boy? Because her mom is manipulating her the whole movie to like, oh, you gotta, get Riley to the ghost, like let him, whatever, like why? That's what I didn't really understand. So I feel like maybe if they had like not even 5 minutes, just like, because a scene can take like 30 seconds, so even just like 2-3 minutes of just some more scenes where it's why. But I guess we don't need to, because we wouldn't, Mia doesn't know. I guess we don't need to know. But like just a hint, maybe one scene, add in one scene that gives us a hint. Because I don't need the answer. I actually hate when a movie gives me all the answers. Give me hints and let me come up with my own answers. Because my interpretation, I'm going to enjoy way more than whatever official answer you're cooking up, Like, yeah, you cooked, but I'm allergic, all right? I thought that was pretty good, to be honest. I just came up with that. But yeah, so I don't know. But Talk to Me, really cool. I gave it 4 stars. I had spoilers in my Letterboxd review, and my friend texted me and was like, you gotta spoiler tag your review. So I did that. I didn't know how to do that before. Little Darth Vader face. That's it. I'm gonna go watch Legend of Vox Machina, episodes 4, 5, and 6. Play some more Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna eat. I'm hungry. So, all right.